Welcome everybody to the Slab Lounge, and huh, what a rest in power, Chuck Norris. The round you're roundhouse kicking everybody, and you didn't go to heaven. You went to hell because you want to roundhouse kick everybody down there. Um, when I found that out, dude, like first thing I did was like the Chuck Norris memes. Like they say, there's no chin under Chuck Norris's beard. There's only another fist. Oh man, Chuck Norris, man, he was. I won't say he's like, for me. I mean, like, he wasn't as cool as Carl Weathers, but he was still up there. My mom really liked Walker Texas Ranger. I can't take that away from that. Um, and to be fair, I did kind of enjoy his short-lived animated TV series, Chuck Norris and the Karate Commandos. Fun little drinking game if anyone wants to do that. Please be over 21. Listen to the Chuck Norris Karate Commandos intro. Drink every time they say Chuck Norris's name. This intro is around like a minute to a minute and 10 seconds. They say Chuck Norris's name 9 times. You are going to. That's more than. That's like fucking. In. You're pretty much downing like half a pint of booze. Chuck
Wait, you
Norris.
said a shot or like a drink of beer?
Oh no, I usually do hard stuff. Like you can chase
Yeah,
me.
that'd be out.
Yeah, you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked. But Chuck Norris, you will always be remembered from, your from the time you fought Bruce Lee, which in and of itself was actually a really good fight. In fact, I might watch that later on tonight. To like just the myriad of action movies you were in. Oh, Doug, he was also in Expendables. I hated the Expendables. Sorry, wrong person to talk to, dude. Sorry. I'm not the only one that thinks that, right? Am I the only one that didn't like the Expendables?
I
No,
didn't
you
really
didn't.
care for it. I just saw it as a cash grab for these A-list people that are washed up.
I was kind of okay with the first one, but I didn't know why we needed to keep going. I thought we were just doing a one thing gimmick to kind of be like, hey, all our older actors, and then move along.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's like, now we got Kelsey Grammer in it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, when I started hearing we're getting two, then it's like, no. I thought we were doing like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen type thing, where it's like, here's some random people to care about. Now leave you alone. Go. Go look at something else. And now we're like, no, come back. Look at them again. It's like, no, they're not going to get better. They can't. We're at the end of the career. It's not going up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it was just one of them and they did like the Sharknado with Tara Reid, I'm like, okay. It's this cheesy cult classic. Okay. Like, everyone knows this is a joke, right?
What isn't a joke is what happened on The Bachelorette.
Yeah, what did happen on The Bachelorette? I saw a bunch of shit about that, but I didn't actually see what happened.
Oh, it didn't happen
Oh, my
on
God.
the Bachelorette. It happened in between.
It happened before. Like, the person who they chose to be the next Bachelorette, they break into tradition of usually they have, like, the Bachelorette or Bachelor was on a previous episode, so they can, like, oh, we have a built-in fan base, right? They're like, oh, let's go for this one bitch who was on the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And that in the first season, they even showed in the Secret Life of Mormon Wives that she had DV issues with her husband. And they have it both on both sides. And so this was already known. And that's why it's weird for ABC that they would pick her, knowing they knew, but they didn't know like other people had the video. But the video that got released by TMZ this past week was her in a fight with her husband of one of her baby daddy, one of her child, of her hitting him, kicking him, and then throwing metal chairs. And the guy's like, "Your child's right there." And it shows the child, and then she's still throwing the chairs, and one of the chairs hit the child, and she's crying. And once that video got out, ABC's like, "Yeah, we're gonna pull this plug. We're gonna eat 60 million." But the person who picked her knew she had this stuff, and all this stuff started coming out even more because allegedly she got another DV incident with her other baby daddy this past February. Yeah, this bitch, she's married. She has a baby daddy that has like 3 kids, and I don't know why she's on this show.
Well, before I continue on, Robert, you had it right the first time before you decided to correct yourself. The chair didn't hit the kid. The kid hit the chair. Get it right. What's wrong with you? Yeah. So what ended up happening was, yes, like Robert said, Disney told ABC to pull the plug. They lost 100 million, not 60, because the show essentially was done, like the entire season. And 3 days before the premiere happened, TMZ released the thing, which is weird that TMZ of all outlets actually did something positive. But so 3 days before the thing, and then ABC, they have to obey the Disney Paymasters to essentially just remove the show, to cancel it. So there's no Bachelorette, and what's going to replace that slot? I mean, who fucking cares?
I just feel bad for the other contestants because a lot of people, they end up quitting their jobs to go on this combined commitment, thinking they're gonna get if I get here and I do good, I'm gonna get X amount of followers, and I can just be one of those influencers that's just living off the Bachelorette for a bit. So all those guys, they're not gonna get any of their time on there. They lost their jobs all because this one bitch, she has issues. Like serious issues.
It was a nigga moment. She had a full-blown nigga moment.
Well, she did, and Jamel Hill said it the best. She's like, notice how obviously, because even Jamel Hill and then Emmanuel Altra would say it, because Emmanuel Altra was like, I was once a host on the show, and they give me so much fucking background on everybody, how they steer conversations, that he's like, I know that they did so many background checks that they knew about this. They just didn't think anyone had the video, and they still went for that. So that person who decided to go for that, he or she is definitely fired.
Well, I don't think they're going to be fired because it's the how do I put this? Because people like trash TV and people like public melt. Like they like when women go crazy and just start beating the shit out of things. And that's why they were like, yeah, okay. And you kind of called it like no one knows about the actual video, but then TMZ got a hold of it. So I don't think that.
Yeah, that's why they fucked up on there.
I don't think that person's gonna get fired. I think Taylor, because I'm making her sound like a supervillain because she threw chairs at the guy. Oh, Doug, we don't know what the whole context is, and. Dude, if she doesn't give a shit that her kid's right there and she's... Oh, yeah, because nothing's healthier than a child seeing the parents be in a domestic violence altercation. And when the police get involved and all this and all the public spectating. No. She's clearly a supervillain that had a nigga moment.
No, but I would say the worst part is that it's like the person they picked on it, like I was saying, what Jamel Hill said was that they would never let a black woman be the Bachelorette if she has an ex-husband, a baby daddy, and 3 kids, and DV.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what they let on. Like, this bitch has an ex-husband, a fucking baby daddy, and they co-parent, and they all have DV issues. Not just her, the other baby daddies have DV issues with her, too. And she has 3 kids. Like, why? What kind of prize is that?
That is pretty misrepresented because usually, whenever you tune in to see The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, you're assuming they're quote unquote single. Like, there's no 50 pounds of baggage that is coming in involving relationships. Maybe other baggage, but they're expecting you to be coming in as, hey, I've tried to be with people and it hasn't worked. That's why I'm here. I don't have kids. I've not been fucking everybody. That's kind of what that's expected, with the exception of the Golden Bachelor, because you're old. I'm not going to judge you. If your numbers are high before you got old, look, you're 70. I'm not judging your numbers. You're allowed a high body count when you're in the 70s.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's true.
Yeah, everyone's okay with that. But yeah, like you said, yeah, they're coming in like, oh, hey, I've quit my job on the off chance that I might actually marry you. It might not work out. It's probably all for a stunt, right? But if it does, we're supposed to have a relationship. Now I have 3 kids and 2 other co-parents I have to deal with, and I'm in Utah.
And technically, even under that aesthetic, it's reality TV. So part of that's fake. But now you have to hold that image. So even though you don't have those kids, that ain't your wife. You ain't doing. You now have to show up like you are, because y'all showed it on the show. You can't break up 3 days after the show ends. You've got to be together for at least like another year.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I gotta show up to more kids' events than Edgar Kirk ever show up to.
So that's why a lot of these shows, it's usually like 2-3 months, or by the reunion, they're like, oh yeah, we're just friends and we broke up. It's like, no, they realized something you didn't say on the show in real life, and they're like, nah, I can't do this. I'm not going to the reunion because I'm going to rat you out. So I'm just
right. And they have to stay together long enough to get enough followers and keep the followers to keep this money going.
Yeah.
But the Bachelorette wasn't the only thing that got canned. The Buffy reboot also got canceled, despite the 90-minute pilot being complete. I don't know what went down, but Sarah Michelle Gellar, I don't know how to fucking pronounce her last name.
Gellar.
Whatever. She went on record basically saying, yeah, no, the 90-minute pilot fucking sucks. I'm like, what? Really? Like, are you saying that because you're jealous? Or is it like, or did it legit suck? Let the public see it. But Hulu's not going to let anyone see it. Because the show got axed, like complete and utter axe. Like nothing. And I'm like, okay.
Well, and then, you kind of double that with one of the veteran actors kind of died.
Well, that happened after, like, that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even if things had gotten, like, they had tried to say, oh, we're working something out, that's kind of a double slap in it to be like, oh.
The show was so bad it killed one of the actors. Which one, though?
Dang.
What? Yeah, I'm just saying. But, like, wait, who was it that... I'm trying to remember the guy's name and who he played.
Nicholas Brendan. He was the one who played Xander, the friend that was always around. In the beginning, was just the friend that was hanging around with Willow, but then never was really contributing to the plot. Was more comic.
Like, okay, all right.
So it's not like it throws the story out of whack, but emotionally, for probably a lot of the actors, his presence wouldn't be there. So trying to redo certain things are probably going to hit awkwardly either way.
Okay, I mean, okay. For the record, I'm not knocking the person that played Xander. I'll just knock Xander's character because Xander was fuck him. I hated Xander. Like, you had Willow. She was so nice, so nice and everything. And you fuck that. First you wanted Buffy, and Buffy was like, no, I want vampire because I'm into that kind of shit, and I'm just boring. Like, fuck you, I'd rather have Faith. And then you're like, okay, you'll settle on Willow. Good catch. And what do? You cheat on her with Cordelia, which, to be fair, was kind of a step up. Willow, yeah, she was cute. Cordelia, I mean, she was hot, and the nerd grabbed the cheerleader, which, kudos.
Well, and I mean, then if you go into Angel, she also becomes kind of a future-seeing prophet.
Yeah, but the thing is,
she probably could have helped him with a lot of problems too if he had stayed.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, Xander fucked that up too. He fucked his chances with Cordelia up. I'm like, dude, you just don't You are a fuck you, Xander. Fuck him. Oh my god. But it's
Well, it's kind of obvious they didn't build a role for his character because as the story went, each of the characters started getting more like, "Hey, here's some more lore. Here's some more things that's actually happening in the story for me." Xander's kind of just chilling. He's not getting any powers. He's getting captured. That's what because the show is built with strong women, so you can't have a female in distress. So Xander.
Yeah.
You can't kidnap Buffy. It's not a good idea to kidnap Willow. Like, you can, but it's not a good idea whether it's by what she could do or what everyone would do by taking her. There's Cordelia you could take, but eventually, most episodes with Cordelia being captured aren't really like menacing. She's usually just talking to the person until they arrive.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, so as I said, Xander is really the only, oh no, we have to save him because they might actually kill him.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. And then there was Seth Green that showed up.
Well, yeah, but that was during the nerd arc, and that got resolved with Dark Willow. So
Yeah.
once you flay a man off the screen, there's no need for you to come back. You're good. You're good.
True. But that's not the only thing.
There's no more bullying arc for her.
But that's not the only thing that's like, fucking like just scrapped and all that. I don't know if you know this. FBC, that Remedy shooter game that's set in the Control universe. Yeah, Remedy's ending support on that. The game's still gonna be online, so you can still play it, but like they're done with supporting that. Add to that double whammy, Red Storm Entertainment, who I actually held very near and dear because they made Rainbow Six, and the first Rainbow Six game was fucking great. They're no longer doing game development. They are now tech support.
Weird.
Are they also in India?
No.
Give it time.
Is it what kind of tech support? Like tech support? Tech support?
Yeah, just tech support. Ubisoft literally gutted the rest of the game development division and like spread them out, and they were just like, yeah, now you're just doing tech support for our whatever. I'm just like,
It's really weird.
Right? Red Storm. Oh man, that so hurts. Because Red Storm, like, for better or worse, they actually were kind of consistent with a lot of the games they were making, you know? Like, Rainbow Six was their bread and butter. Jesus. Oh, man.
That goes to know that companies just don't care. They're just looking for the money.
Right? No, but, like, that's it. Companies don't care. And the other thing that's getting dropped is the PlayStation Network. Like, the branding. Sony is, like, getting rid of the PlayStation Network brand in favor of something else. I swear to God, if Sony starts doing... if Sony enters the streaming market, I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
Ugh.
Because you know that's what they're going to do. I think that's
I mean,
what they're going to do.
Yeah,
It's like about time.
I mean... I could say it's about time, but, like... Really?
It's not good. It's about time. I'm surprised they haven't already.
Mm.
Well, I mean, technically, they've been dipping their toe in it this whole time. Because remember, with trying to play certain PS2 and PS3 games,
What about it?
they did have the whole where it was like PS Play Now or something.
Yeah.
But you don't actually own it. You're basically just streaming it.
Wait, is that still around, or did Game Pass finally like kill it?
To my knowledge, it was still floating around, which is kind of more the reason why I thought they were doing this.
I honestly think they're gonna open up their own like streaming service because they already just re-okayed more Spider-Man spin-offs. No, A Brand New Day. I don't know if any of you saw the trailer for it. They just stacked that fucking thing with all manner of characters. I'm like, really? Okay, hello Punisher. Cool. Like, fuck. I'm just like, Why? If they better not go into streaming. Just don't. Just don't. I mean, well, I don't know if I should say don't, because now I'm torn since like Paramount is gonna be absorbing Max pretty soonish. So the only competitors we'd have would be quite literally Paramount, Disney Plus, Roku, and even then they're just a network. And I don't want to call them a streaming platform. So no, not Roku. Jesus, who are the other? I think AMC Plus is still around, but that's it.
Maybe?
Yeah. So, oh my God, we're down to 2. Wow.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness. My God. Really? We only had those 2? But hey, let's talk about some good news. You know, let's bring the mood up a little. Dune Part 3. I saw the trailer. My God, that looks good.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited for it. Did we get a release date?
Oh, I think it says. I think it was like December or some shit. I honestly forgot.
Do you know how many parts we're getting? Like, in general?
I think this is the last one because it should have involved the children of Dune.
I know there was like fucking 5 like Dune books or something. So I was.
Oh yeah, there are a ton of Dune.
Yeah.
There are a ton of Dune books. In fact, there were a ton of Dune prequel books that had, instead of like before the major houses even formed, humanity was at war with like a bunch of like AI. Like honest to God, like I forgot the machine race name, but they were at war with those motherfuckers. And there's still more good news. And while, yes, I'll talk about Afroman because I want to dedicate a huge portion of that. Gabe.
Yeah.
Please tell me you're watching Invincible Season 4.
I'm not. I will. I haven't finished Season 3 yet, which is crazy, because I've like read it like multiple times, and so it's good, and I know it's good, but I'm just like, I'm not in a rush. But I probably will catch up and start watching it.
Oh my God, Season 4 is so good right now. Like, it's so good right now. Just when you thought, like, you'd hear Mark bitching about his day, they're like, yeah, no, we're not doing that anymore. Let's get back to doing Invincible stuff. I'm like, yes!
Oh, cool.
Yes, so, like, there's not a lot of Mark bitching.
I think we're kind of like past that point in the story from this point out, which is cool.
They did. Well, I mean, he was already in the trailer, so I'll fucking just spoil it right now. They showed Thrag, and the third, like the first 3 episodes are out, and you finally got to see Thrag, and holy crap, did they capture his image very well.
Cool. I like Thrag. I'm glad that people like him too.
Yeah. And it is just banger after banger after banger. Doug.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
Yeah, please do so.
Well, real quick before Afroman, something I did watch this week, and I don't know how I feel about it. The new season of JoJo came out. Yeah, so this is part 7, which people have been super excited for like a long time. One sec. I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you did.
Thanks. So people have been like looking forward to it for like years. And Netflix has been in control of JoJo for the last couple seasons, and it's been weird. Season 5 was like a normal season, and then season 6 was just like released in batches, and everyone fucking hated it because it like killed all the hype for the show. Like no one discussed anything about it. Like it just came out and it was done. So people have been like, oh, I hope that doesn't happen with this new season. The first episode came out. It's really good. It's 40 minutes long. they have not announced when episode 2 is going to come out, and they had an interview with the director, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm really excited to see the second episode too. I don't know when it's going to come out." And people are like, "What do you mean you don't know? You're the director." Like, what? So, yeah. So episode 1 is out, really good. Who knows when it will continue? I've never seen a release like that before. I don't know what to think about it.
Also, side anime note, just because I took forever to watch this, and apparently the second season comes out sometime this year. Sasaki and Peeps has no idea, has no reason being as good as it is. I did not expect it to be as good as it fucking is going in. Like,
What is it?
Sasaki and Peeps.
Oh,
The condensed version of it is salary guy gets a pet bird. Pet bird turns out to be reincarnated soul of a mage in that bird. But instead of it being like a regular isekai, they do go to the isekai world with him being alive because the bird can just teleport them. But most isekai world stuff is like business management. It's like feudal lord, hey, get me these supplies and stuff, which is really him going back to the regular world, buying like batteries and pens and shit and selling it to the nobles and then being like, oh my god.
huh.
But in the real world, there's fucking psychics, a government agency that's monitoring them. There are actual magical girls, but are magical girls for completely different reasons, because it basically is, it's working off of the whole Magica series, because Magical Girl has her magic, but she didn't want to be a magical girl, and she killed the thing that made her a magical girl, and she's wearing it as a pelt. But she also hates psychics because she says the psychics killed her parents and her friend. And then the last episode introduced a secondary magical girl out of fucking thin air, a lizard man when there have been no lizard men, and some kid recruiting the old man's neighbor girl who's been awkwardly, creepily crushing on him, which fortunately he has not even acknowledged. He does not even see it in the slightest, thank God. But she's being recruited by a demon king to fight angelic hosts, and then the season ended. And I was just like, what the fuck? So, yeah, I have to go into season 2 now. There's too much shit. It's Don levels of shit going on.
Well, at least it's not as convoluted as fucking Moonrise. God, what a fucking awful... Ugh. Jesus, I do not want to talk about Moonrise again, people. It had all of the potential it had great action, a simple plot, like Moon wants the independence. Cool. And then they just made it super convoluted for quite literally no fucking reason. And then the girl that controls city-eating jellyfish. Ugh. But on the subject of city-eating jellyfish.
Oh my.
No, not Afroman, not yet. Tokon Fighters, Tokon Fighting Souls.
Oh yeah.
Penny Parker.
Trombone is back.
I saw it, I was so excited. I was like, oh my god!
You fucking PS5 owners, you are so goddamn lucky that game is getting that game is exclusive for PS5. So fucking lucky. I mean, like, bad enough you got my man Spider-Man, and like, because I was thinking about like, oh, okay, Spider-Man, yes, Storm, maybe, I don't know, I have to see what her movesets are like, and then they showed like all the characters. Then you throw Penny Parker into the mix. I'm like, mother, wow, you.
Yeah.
But if there's,
I honestly didn't expect her. That's kind of why I'm like, oh, we're doing a good mixed bag. I like this.
Mm-hmm. But like, look, Disney, if you're listening, would you stop with the fucking Miss Marvel shit? She's
Yeah.
not
I
the
mean-
new It Girl, okay? It's never gonna fucking happen.
I have a caveat on that. You can use Miss Marvel, 90s Miss Marvel.
Well, they're using the newest Miss Marvel. They're not even
Yeah.
using like and they're not even being consistent about it. Because like when I first saw like Miss Marvel, I'm like, okay, are they using Marvel Zambo's Miss Marvel? No, it's the stretchy Miss Marvel. I'm like, what?
Oh, they're using Kamala Khan.
But the thing is, in Marvel Zambo's, it's Kamala Khan, and she just
Yeah.
makes hard light projectiles. I'm like, okay, you have that with hard light energy.
But they caused this. They knew they caused this problem to begin with when you already had Miss Marvel. Then you dip Miss Marvel out. Then you have Captain Marvel floating around. And then you want to dip Miss Marvel back in, but then you also want to have her be in the Inhuman side. It's like, yeah. It kind of screws up the whole moniker in general now, where when you hear it, you're like, well, which one? Who? How?
And it's not even that, like, Quill's coming in. So, are we getting all the Guardians, or are we just getting Pete Quilly Quill? So,
I feel like they won't do Rocket simply because Rocket's already in the other one, the Cosmic.
No. If they do Rocket, like, Rocket is so... He is... Yeah, he is, like, right up there in terms of, like, the cheese with, like, Ami from Ultimate Marvel 3, Amaterasu. Because, like, Ami's auto combo, man, that thing hurts.
I could see them integrating a Groot.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Groot Rocket is one I could see pretty easy.
Yeah.
Well, I think Groot can, like, stand on his own to, well...
I mean, he totally could,
Yeah.
but for whatever reason, they like grouping Groot and Rocket together.
Like certain moves, have him jump out or something.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, dog, then maybe you should pick up a PS5. You dumb fuck. No.
Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah, like I said, I'm lucky when I captured the one I did just before the prices went up, and then I just was like, I'm just buying more memory. I'm not buying it. Fuck that.
I will say this much right now, and I mean this right now, with absolute certainty, right? Arc Systems can have all the Sony money in the world, right? Like they did all the Bandai Namco money they got, right? Yeah, netcode. That's not
Yeah.
gonna be, no.
I already knew where you were going because it doesn't matter what game they make. That is ultimately where you get slapped. Even with my love of Blaze Blue, I dare not try and play anybody online with Blaze Blue
Yeah.
because that's the one game you cannot. Lag cannot exist of any sort. You are fucked.
And like when I was playing Fighter Z for the Switch, Doug, the Switch, shut the fuck up. The point is, like when I was playing the game on the Switch, like the few matches that I was able to play, like the lag was so real. I mean, it was so bad. This is one of the things that you can't fault Capcom and arguably SNK with, because when they tackled their netcode, they tackled it proper. Tekken 8, I hear, has like is actually having netcode problems. Don't even get me started with NetherRealm. Oh, fuck that. And like all the other big fighting game, like all the other big fighting game producers, they all have their own issues with netcode. So, and Arc Systems, yeah, they're right up there with that nonsense. And no, I'm not going to cite the pandemic. If you look like at any games like they have right now, because Guilty Gear is coming out with their newest season. But if you look online, like see like how their netcode is, like you'll see those horror stories, dude. Like those horror stories are real. So yeah, no. You want me to pick up a PS5 for Tokon Fighters? They better do something about that goddamn netcode. Even then, I'm not gonna get out of here with that. Oh, you lucky Sony bastards. But at the very least, I am happy that it's exclusive because it gives you a reason to actually buy their fucking consoles, which is something I've been arguing about for a while. You can't have, like, if you say, screw exclusivity, why should we buy your consoles? If you have like something like if Valve decides to say, yeah, the next Half-Life game is going to be exclusive to the Steam box, do you think anybody's going to, like, raise a fuss? No. Why? Because it already happened. Half-Life Alyx was exclusive to VR. People fucking wanted that. Nobody said shit about it. And the game sold like gangbusters. So don't tell me, like, there's no demand for exclusivity. There still is.
I mean, everything with Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of Nintendo, did you see Pikmin?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I am still trying to get over fucking Donald Glover being Yoshi.
I don't know how to feel about that either. But then,
I mean, he sounds good. It's just weird. I would have never, ever chosen that. But
I mean, I wouldn't have chosen Brie Larson to be fucking Rosalina, but, like, I'm happy with the performance, even though Brie Larson hates men. She does, doesn't she? She actually doesn't she? I thought.
I don't know. It's kind of like a meme.
Either way, I was thinking about, like, doing something with that in Capes and Cows by just having her, like, just hate men, and one of the superheroes are like, yeah, we have to stop her because if we don't stop her, then women will be able to run the world and they'll do a better job than men. And we can't have that. But finally, the big one, the meat and potatoes. Afroman. For those who don't know, Afroman, yes, he is a rapper. His biggest claim to fame was Because I Got High. He hasn't achieved anywhere near as much mainstream success. You might be wondering why. Well, it's because I got high. So he ended up getting sued.
Don't eat anything else.
I mean, to be fair, if you actually listen to his music, he satirizes like a lot. Like, that's his style. I mean, yeah, he'll like bring, cultural shit, but it's in his own way. He just makes it funny. I mean, Because I Got High, it's one of the funniest fucking songs if you like listen to it through and through. And the music video, from what I remember back in the day, was actually quite hilarious. So what ended up happening is, while he was away I think he was on tour, Ohio County Sheriff's Department, like, they raided his house, thinking that he had, like, drugs. No, not Adams County Sheriff's Department. Thinking he had, like, drugs, and he was kidnapping people?
Yeah, kidnapping charges. And you know what's another weird fact on that? You know, he actually was in the 2024 presidential run.
Yeah, I didn't realize that till it was brought up. I was like, I don't remember hearing that.
Yeah, I didn't know that until Jordan Klepper talked about it on Daily Show. So yeah, they raided his place, took his money, then stole money allegedly, disconnected some of the cameras in his security system, wrecked his door, wrecked his gate, did a ton of shit, pointed guns at his kids, and nothing came of it. So Afroman tried to sue. However, the judge dismissed it. I mean, yeah, I could see why, because quantified immunity, all that shit still, like, it is called quantified immunity, right? Like, when qualified immunity. And he couldn't really do anything. So he was just like, all right, I'm going to take this footage and I'm going to make some songs about it. This happened back in 2022. Then he got hit with a defamation lawsuit from the police that he hurt specifically. You had the officer that looked at Pound Cake, and the song was called Lemon Pound Cake, which is viral. You had Randy Watkins is a son of a bitch. Ooh. Then you have Lick 'em Low Lisa. Then you have one of the guys that I think he was in that soldier's outfit, like not, I think he was in that SWAT outfit or whatever the fuck, and he still works there, but it's just he couldn't for the life of him keep his facts straight while on the stand, and that was just its own can of worms. So the trial goes down, and Afroman goes in dressed as all of the American flags. I mean, like he rocked that American flag suit a hell of a lot better than Sean Hannity ever fucking could. All while rocking his signature fro wig and shades. And
He also had a white mink coat.
mm-hmm. And his attorney, who I wholeheartedly got inspiration from because he totally looks like a fucking blacksmith, with the Nordic beard and like the giant Viking gut. They argued and successfully argued that what he said was protected under free speech, and a lot of people were basically celebrating this as a win for free speech. Which, to be fair, it was. It was. I'm not gonna lie. This was a thing of free speech. This was about censorship. Well, it was more than just censorship, in my personal opinion, because if you actually looked more deeply into the officers that were suing him, yeah, they wanted a payday. They wanted a real bad payday. So, because, like, not all of them at the time, like, some of them were, like, they resigned. I think one was actually, like, fired, I think. But, like, yeah, they wanted a payday, a real big payday. But, anyway, it turned out that, yeah, free speech won. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about it was because, oh my god, Lemon Pound Cake and Randy, whatever the fuck his last name is. I don't give a damn about Lolisa. She's her alligator tears was not welcome at all. How are you gonna go on stand, right, and say like, yeah, Afroman, he said my wife was cheating. He was fucking my wife doggy style, and you know that it's false. I don't know. Tell me, like, what is? What?
Right, he went out there. He went out there volunteered to be put out as a cuck without knowing that.
Because I was like, but you're not saying she's your ex-wife. So is she not at home? Can you not just be like, hey, did you sleep with him before or something? Do you not think she's gonna get called to the stand and just get asked?
What was worse was the other officer, where he was like, this pain and distress caused us to get a divorce. And Afroman brought his ex-wife. He's like, is that why you got divorced? She's like, nah.
That part I missed.
He was like, nah, he's a piece of shit. He's like, bro, he brought your ex-wife out here. He's not gonna lie out here.
That's sad when you're trying to blame your extra shit on their cause of the divorce. Nah, I already hated him.
Right? Yeah. See, that's the thing. Is like all these people got him this thing for this money for this bag, and they did Barbara Streisand affect themselves because like before it was a local story, people were making fun of them locally. They know,
Yeah.
but now it's nationally, internationally. I know people in other countries that's making fun of this shit.
It's not just that. I mean, like, look, I get it. They're white trash. They're retarded. But surely they could have had the foresight to know that once if it stayed local, that's one thing. But if you sue them, it becomes a matter of public record. Everybody's going to see what it is that you're suing about. Eventually, they had to have known someone was going to see this and say like, oh, what's this song about? And then they spread like wildfire. Like in any situation, if you can't like it's what was going on in their minds? I mean, I get it, a payday.
They fucked up because usually when you try to do this shakedown grift of suing, you normally sue and then you hope for a settlement. Like they'll settle because they don't want to deal with it. As soon as they say game on, let's go to court, you need to fucking withdraw. Because that means they're ready to go down on this bitch.
Yeah.
and the and the acting, and then fucking I don't even remember Pound Cake's real name. I'm just gonna call him Pound Cake from now on because that's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I don't
say.
know his name. I remember his face. He's a dopey face with a mustache and that double look at that pound cake. Muslim
Fucking Pound Cake.
pound cake.
It made the
What
sheriff wanna put
is
down his gun and cut out a slice. Lemon pound
lemon pound cake?
cake.
So we having some fun, lemon pound cake.
Yo,
Yeah.
those trial highlights made my fucking week. Am I the only one that thinks that? Like,
No, it was great. It was great. When I stumbled upon it, and I just showed you. I was like, that got me through some boring ass fucking shit this week. Just going through this fucking shit, reading this fucking stuff on here, and realizing like, hey, for once, the justice is on the right side.
yeah, I mean that is one way. Yeah, justice is on the right side. The right, the
Because that was still MAGA County. He's still technically a MAGA, right? And the jury could have easily just voted for the blue.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But all of them, especially when you look at the judge at the end of this, he even looks on his face like, what a waste of fucking time it was.
Yeah, and it wasn't. Yeah, because like it was the actual sheriff's department that footed the bill on the lawsuit, right? Like
Yep.
they they wasted taxpayer money for what is essentially a slap suit. It was a slap suit. And again, the officers just wanted a payday. It's just so dumb, such a waste of time. But at the same time, this was a waste of time I think the world kind of needed, you know? Because with all of the shit that's going down between the Iranian, potentially the Iranian invasion, the Epstein files, all the shit, tariffs, people losing their houses, etc., etc., all the shit that's going on, I think we needed that fucking clown show to basically say, sometimes it's good to be alive.
You know what's funny is that I was listening to fucking Van Lathan, and he said it best. It's like, I don't know with cops, but cops have such dense skins. They out here being like bullies, but as soon as someone said "fuck you, bitch" or shoot a music video on them, oh no, I gotta shoot you multiple times. I gotta sue you. It ruined my life.
Ruined their life. Yeah, okay. Fucking.
Like
No,
they're a bunch of
you're right.
pussies.
Because, like, when Ice-T basically. No, wait, it wasn't Ice-T. When Fuck the Police
I
started.
sue.
Yeah.
Fuck the police.
Mm-hmm. And the cops were all like, how could you say that to us? After we kill and maim so many black people and they say fuck the police, it hurts me.
They're my
Assholes.
family. Mhm.
But at the very least, I have a newfound respect for Gabe. Because why? Because when the Fork in the Road episode, Fork in the Road from the last game show, I now see why you don't like cops. Fuck Chun-Li and all that. I mean, they're gonna take the stand and you know they didn't even fucking care. Like when he was saying what he said about me and my wife was devastating. Even though he did not care. Randy did not give a shit. He just got butthurt because he's a son of a bitch, and now he knows. He basically said, "My mom's dead. I don't know if I'm a son of a bitch, dude. Your dad could be the bitch. Fuck you." Oh my god!
Immediately threw it on the mall.
Mm.
Well, your best would have been like my mom said, I don't know, son of a bitch. Well, we don't know either because actually, Randy, you were adopted.
Oh god!
Yeah.
And see, he would have lived his whole life in ignorance if it wasn't for that trial. That shit got dropped.
And you know, yeah, and something you brought up, Robert. Like everybody's like, "Oh, blue lives, blue lives, blue lives." Why is everybody shutting the fuck up? You know. You don't hear anybody saying this is a catastrophic loss. We should stand with our boys and with our police officers. Nobody's saying shit.
Oh no, they went back on that when it stopped being inconvenient for them. They only did it the first time to go against BLM.
Mm.
Yeah.
But now it's convenient. It was like, Oh, officers are getting brutalized and shit on there. Oh, we don't really care. Oh, soldiers are going on there. We don't really care. It's all about Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking morons. Anyway, either way, I'm glad Afroman won. I'm glad all of his shit is basically going viral. Penguin Zero said it best. Charlie said, yeah, Charlie did say it best. He said he would not, he wouldn't be surprised if like Lemon Pound Cake is on the fucking billboard. It should be.
I mean, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, because that.
They'll get like a specialized license plate. Be like LMNPD ACK. Yeah, that's nothing.
And the O can be a 0. Anyway. Oh God, like I said, we needed this. Thank you everybody for tuning in to the Slab Lounge. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can listen to us on Amazon Music, YouTube, and Spotify. You all take care. Later on. Boop.